Good morning, good morning. We're leaving the hotel. We're headed to get breakfast, and then we're headed to the Redwoods, and then to the Mendocino Fort Bragg area.
We're turning the keys on.
Okay. Dad's pulling the truck around so we can get the last of the stuff packed into the truck, and then off we go.
I have like 4 of them.
Not like this.
Yes, exactly.
This is a California thing. What's the difference? They're in California.
Hello. Getting checked into the hotel. We've been in the Fort Bragg area for a little bit, but we went and ate first, and now we're getting checked into the hotel. We're gonna be here for 2 nights, and tomorrow we're gonna go to this restaurant here that down at Noyo Harbor that we really like, that we're gonna get a little bit dressed up and go have dinner there. So that's gonna be fun. I'm tired and I'm ready for bed. I can't wait to get into the hotel room and take my makeup off and put my pajamas on and put headphones in and just relax and listen to music or watch YouTube videos or whatever. I love traveling by car, but I'm also getting tired of it. Being stuck in a car all day for days on end is mentally very trying. So I'm ready to get out and do something, and I'm also ready to go to bed. So here we go. Good morning. Well, good afternoon. Mom and I are headed to Mendocino for the day to shop and eat and shop some more. Shop some more, yeah. First off, what a view! Miss the ocean. And then tonight we're gonna go have dinner at this restaurant here, or actually this restaurant in Noyo Harbor in Fort Bragg that we like to go to. And then we might be going to go see one of my dad's friends that's here. We just saw him. He was picking my dad to go take him to lunch. And we might be going over to his house, maybe. I don't know what's going on. For hors d'oeuvres and drinks after. Or for before, yeah. Before we go to dinner. So that's what we're doing today. The hotel bed was weird. The pillows were practically non-existent. They were so soft. They might as well not even have been there. But I got a decent night's sleep. How about you?
Yeah, that slept good. Thanks.
Yep. And so yeah, that's what we're doing today. What did we do today, Mom?
We walked downtown Mendocino. We had lunch at the Mendocino Hotel. And then we walked down through the shops and
Got a few things.
bought a few things. And then we went to a jam taste shop and we tasted some jams and jellies and bought a few things. And then we went to a chocolate shop and we bought
a few things.
And now we're at McCarricker State Park and it's high tide and the water's in and we're watching the waves break over the reef and sharing the space with annoying people that really,
As usual, as I mentioned when we were in Banff, the view would be a lot prettier if there was no one else here. It'd be so great.
I know, we really
Or if
can't
they all
deny.
could learn to be quiet and just like enjoy the view and not be talking.
Yes, this is true.
That'd be fine. I don't care that they're here, but they should just...
That was the thing about the tram ride up in the Redwoods yesterday. Although the people weren't like boisterous and yelling or anything, it still was just even normal talking.
Yeah.
It was kind of, because it's kind of awe-inspiring up there and the
And it
mist
was
is all
so
around you.
quiet.
Yeah.
It was the quietest I think that anything has been on this trip, because we were up in the redwoods, up in the trees. Like, that we weren't hearing like road noises, nothing. It was just quiet. They would start talking, and it was just like, man, now the moment's broken, because we were just wanting to enjoy the peace of quiet, and you just had to start talking. Yeah, it wasn't like they were being obnoxious or loud or anything, but yeah, even just like normal talking sounded really loud up there, because it was just so quiet. But we've got a nice view at the moment,
peaceful.
at least. And it was gorgeous. It would have been nicer, and now we know, so if we ever want to do it again, we'll know to go back later in the day when the fog has broken a little bit, because it was so foggy you couldn't really see anything like out from the trees. So there's like a little viewing platform up at the top, which I think you'll have seen. I think I vlogged that. But it was so foggy you couldn't see past the trees anything. So supposedly you can see a little bit of the ocean from one of the spots up there, but you couldn't yesterday because it was so foggy. But that's okay. It was still cool.
Well, fog is kind of like snow in that it bounces sound back at you. So it gives a real feeling of like
dampening.
Complete silence, you know?
Yeah, it like dampens the sound.
Yeah. Plus, I think we're really used to, when we go in the woods at home, there's always a lot of animals and, you know, trees creaking and stuff. And it didn't seem like there was any of that.
No.
It was very quiet. In fact, the one time I heard the one bird chirp, it was like we looked at each other like we're shocked.
Where did that
there
bird
was a
come
bird.
from?
But yeah, it was kind of almost eerily quiet in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's nice to get a break from sounds, especially because anytime we do these sorts of trips, it's a little bit jarring for the first couple of days just because we're so used to there being no sounds at home. Like we live in the middle of nowhere where it's really quiet, and so normal city sounds of like ambulances and fire, police and talking and traffic and cars and honking and stuff, it takes like a couple days to like fall back into it because we've gotten so used to it not being around. But we both have lived in cities, so it's like we know we can fall asleep to it. It's not a problem or anything. It just takes a couple of days to get, at least for me, it takes a couple days, yeah, to get reacclimated.
It's kind of jarring at first, you know.
Yeah.
But
that's okay.
yeah, I think it makes me appreciate when I go home the peace and quiet, which I'm perfectly fine with. But you know, I know it bothers some people to have too much quiet around, but it doesn't bother me at all.
I mean, I do like a little bit of city noise, but I don't miss it in the sense of like, I'm really excited to move to a big city because I like noise. It's just like, I can get used to it, but I do prefer it to be a little bit quieter. At least have there be moments of quiet, which you don't get in a city. So, you know, it's just always busy and noisy. But
well, the nice thing about the city is that there's always something to do, whereas at home, if you don't consciously go look for things to do, you can fall into the pattern of just not doing anything, which I do sometimes for long periods of time, and then I'll get very I got to get busy doing stuff, and then I'll do things for a long period of time, and then I fall back into it. So
oh, battery's flashing.
uh-oh.
Hold on 1 second. It's our last morning in the Mendocino-Fort Bragg area. We're currently going to get breakfast right now, and then we're going to get on the road and head to Sacramento. So we're going to get breakfast and then start a very long drive that will get exponentially hotter the longer it goes on. So that's going to be fun. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most excited you've ever felt, how excited are you to be going to Sacramento?
Are there negative numbers?
Sure, why not?
Negative 10.
Seems about accurate. But we don't really have a choice now, do we?
No, if we had a choice, we wouldn't be here, huh? Or we'd be here, but not there.
True, true. Breakfast. Walking and trying to avoid poison oak. This is not how I expected to spend my morning. We're at Russian Gulch, walking out to the headlands, look out over the ocean before we leave. It's like 50 degrees or something. 55. Oh, it's so nice. It's everything I live for. The fog is still out over the ocean, hasn't cleared yet because it's still so early. The sky is almost the same color as the ocean. It kind of just blends into like one whole thing. And I love it. And it's windy, so hopefully you can hear me. Oh, wow. Smells like ocean.
Yep. Is that on the head from that way?
Yeah. Let's do it. Flowers. Got it?
Yep.
That one you can go all the way through. It's completely eroded it away. Eroded it?
Yeah.
Eroded it away. Oh wow.
Every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the tide goes in and out. And every day it erodes a little teeny tiny speck more away.
Be amazing to come back in like 10 years and like see the difference between what it looks like now and then.
Yeah. Well, that one you could still walk across and go down out there to the point.
Oh, that'd be cool. I might do that. Depending on how the road, I guess. What was that?